How to hire your first employee without getting burnt. Hiring your first employee can feel like jumping off a cliff. It's scary, it's expensive, and what if it doesn't work out? What if you've invested all this time and money in developing this person and they just run away and take all your clients with you? That's what you think. Now, we've helped hundreds of gym owners take this exact step, from solo operators to true business owners, to business owners who develop a team that they're truly proud of, that they invest loads of time and money into them, and that actually this team allows the business to go on far beyond what they could have ever imagined. We've done this time and time again with over 150 success stories of gym owners going from solopreneur to actual business operator by using these methods. So why do you need to watch this? If you're nervous about hiring your first coach, unsure of the process, or scared of choosing the wrong person, this video will give you clarity, confidence, and the system on how to do it. And by the end, you'll have a complete roadmap of how to find, quality assure, and onboard your first gym employee. How to interview them, how to make the offer, what's important to them, and how to actually onboard them. The hidden secret is I'll show you why personality beats pedigree every single time, and how to actually truly spot the gems, the right person. Hiring your first employee isn't about just growing your team. It's about growing the business. Most gym owners either delay hiring way too long or hire way too fast, and they hire the wrong people. The reason why you need to hire is to recognize the investment mindset that it takes when you're adding someone onto the team. The problem with what you face right now is you're capped on time. You're too much in the business and you can't work on the business. Your admin is slipping. You're not able to do things to grow the business. And every time you try and take a holiday, everything stalls. Either the business goes backwards, or every time you do go away, people leave, or you have to close the gym, or you can't afford to even go away. You have these reservations on, like, what if I can't afford them? What if they're not good enough? What if they leave? And the bottom line is, these mindsets are limiting beliefs. The way in which you're speaking to yourself is basically, the underlying tone is, I just don't know how to hire. I just don't know how to lead. I just don't know how to grow a team. Not, what if they're wrong? What if they shit? Hiring is not for me. There's not great coaches in my town, etc., etc. So that means that we need to shift that mindset. And that's why you're on this video today. The 3 frustrations are, you're stuck doing everything yourself and burning out. You fear in bringing the wrong person that's either going to cost the culture, cost your time and money, or everything in between. And you don't know where to start. From the job ads to the interview process, it all just feels overwhelming. What you want is a reliable coach who adds value to your business and frees up your time. You want a repeatable process that removes the stress of hiring. And you want to feel like a true leader with a team behind you. Now, before we go into how to hire, it's important to get a pen and paper and actually go through these next few questions. This is going to be one of those things where, as you write down these questions, feel free to pause and actually work through it, or write it down and go through it after the video. But you need to clear your head before you hire. You need to get all these thoughts out of your head and write it down. So number 1, write down your biggest fears around hiring. Trying to create space from what's in your head down on paper is going to be really important to create that perspective. The things around, is there enough work? Is there enough for them to do if they're not doing coaching hours? How are they going to be the wrong fit? What if they run away with all our members? Like, try and put it all down to see whether any of these fears are logical or not. Then write down, what are you most excited about? What does hiring actually unlock? The growth, the scale, the freedom. For some of our most successful stories, I've had members message me from the Gym Owner Network going, for the first time ever, I got to put my son to bed because I wasn't coaching tonight. For the first time ever, I don't have to be in the gym on a Saturday morning. I've been a gym owner for 8 years and I've got Saturday morning off. For the first time ever, I've gone away on holiday and the business has run itself. If you're a gym owner and you're like, fuck, wouldn't that be nice? This is why you're watching. And then the next is forecast what impact they can make. So this is a really important analogy. Most gym owners running an SGPT gym can be a single person, a single operator, and serve about 40 to 60 people. By hiring that next staff member, you just see that as a cost to the current 40. So you go, here's where my profits are, I hire, and now my profits reduce. Where in reality, we got it 40 members. By hiring, yes, there's a little lag, but it allows for the opportunity to now bring the members up to 80. But that staff member only cost you £2,500, £3,000 a month. But you're bringing in probably another £8,000 a month because of it. It allows you to start to serve more people, impact more lives, which is why you built the gym in the first place. And you built the gym because you didn't want to keep selling your time for money forever. Then when we go into this next part of the framework, it's like you need to recognize what is the job ad. And the job ad is just like an ad for your gym. It needs to be compelling, and it needs to speak through your values to attract the values of the right person for your business. So we need to be really focused on attracting through the values that you want to hire. A people person, a team player, people who value fitness, people who have an attention to detail. These might be things that you really care about. You might care about people who are enthusiastic, who care about making an impact in people's lives. You want to wrap around the fact that you're not looking to just hire someone just for a transactional pay. You're trying to hire someone who sees it more than just a salary. They see the growth opportunities, the opportunity to be mentored by you, the opportunity to be part of a team. Never mind holiday pay, sick pay, and all the other benefits. And then when you do market this thing, you want to get it across email, socials, WhatsApp, broadcasts, like really activate your community to try and find that gem, that kind of person that you really want to have. And just like growing your gym with gym members, you should be always hiring. You should always be in a position where you're thinking about your next hire. You're thinking about who might be a great hire for that role or for that role, always. We talk about building your roster. You want to be consistently thinking about relationships with local coaches who may or may not ever work for you, but relationships nonetheless. The local Pure Gym, that great coach, get to know them. Get to build a relationship with them. Hell, they might get to a point, just like you one day, where they no longer want to coach in that commercial gym environment and they'd love to be part of a team. Now, when it comes to the interview and the entire flow, there's a few things you need to consider. First and foremost is recognizing what about their application really stood out. What about their message, the tonality, the values that they seem to project really stood out. And you want to ask three kind of lines of questioning. You need to understand where are they at personally, where are they at professionally, and where they are at financially. Personally, you want to determine their living situation, their relationship status, how they got to where they are, what are they trying to achieve, understand their ambitions, the things that they value, their hobbies, how they want to spend time. You then want to understand their professional journey, how they got to doing what they do, why are they passionate about their job, what about their job are they most passionate about, what do they want to develop, what skills do they want to develop, what does a great outcome look for them, how would they feel the greatest sense of pride from the work that they do. And then finally, you need to know the financial levels that they need to be at in order to not only fulfill the role of the job, but also that they don't have to spend energy outside of their full-time job with you just to try and make ends meet. Our goal with the Gym Owner Network is that we can help gym owners be more successful, that they can pay their staff so well that their staff are amongst some of the best paid staff within the local community for doing what they do, so that our coaches feel financially fulfilled for the work that they do and they feel like they have career progression. I would never want any of my staff to feel like they can't afford to fix the washing machine if we're broke, right? And it's important that you recognize, well, what is the financial level that they need to be? Hell, in this question, you might find that a PT who does $8,000 a month at Pure Gym, who might have a very successful business in that setting, might in turn go, Yeah, that's cool, but all I need is X and I'd be really happy. And this is why you need to ask the questions. Because if you don't and you're too scared to ask, you might assume that they would never work for you just because they earn that kind of money. And that's why you need to understand truly what it is they value and what it is they truly want in return. You'd be surprised how many people want to feel part of a bigger mission, they want to feel part of a team, and that they actually want to be part of something that gives them a greater sense of purpose over and above just selling time for money. Then, part of this interview process is if values align, the messages align, then you need to put them into a practical setting. One of the most important lessons that I could tell you is that until you get someone on a coaching floor, don't hire them. Get them on a coaching floor to see where they are. Good or bad, I actually don't care how good it is. But then once you see the areas in which you want to improve, give them feedback. And how someone takes feedback and then makes their performance better will be the huge determining factor of how good they are or aren't. The one who can't take feedback, or who has a terrible body language in taking feedback, or who doesn't go and change after the feedback, that's a telltale sign. Don't hire them. Just because they aren't a good coach doesn't mean we can't make them a better coach. That's your job. But if they're terrible at taking feedback and they aren't willing to approach everything with a growth mindset, that's a red flag. Don't hire them. Then, if you found someone who you really want to make a great offer to, you want to send a formal job offer via email with the salary, the holidays, the start date, everything. You want to include a clause that might say we will review it 3 months or 6 months, depending on the probational period that you want to inject. You want to make sure that there's an onboarding schedule provided so that they understand the values of the business, the vision of the business, the great success stories of the business, how we coach, our intellectual property, our philosophies, all the rest of it, and really map that out for a period of 3 months so that by the end of those 3 months, they have the right to lead sessions, take sessions, maybe even open and close the gym. And then you want to make sure that you get a great employee contract, which is going to make sure that they are protected and so are you, and then make sure you communicate to your accountant to put them on payroll, and the accountant will ask for certain things like passport details, bank details, pensions, things like that, previous work contracts, all the rest of it. It's really important throughout this whole process that you set a level of class and professionalism so that they truly get an understanding of what the culture is within this business, so that they know that they're joining a professional environment for which they can contribute, for which they can feel part of the team. And the proof is pretty simple. We've seen gyms literally go from stuck at 10, 15 grand a month to skyrocketing to 45 grand a month by learning how to hire and learning how to lead. The Gym Owner Network is the place where we teach gym owners how to turn pro. And pro can be described as one of the features might be becoming a great leader and building a great team. We've taken gym owners who've gone, I'm not ready to hire, it's too expensive, to why the hell didn't I do this 6 months ago? And they will all tell you, when it works, when you do it, it works so well. So if you want templates, contract examples, onboarding plans, you want help how to attract the right talent, that's exactly what we do within the Gym Owner Network. We have an entire module just on leadership that sits within the vault, which are tools, templates, guides, how-tos on how to go and actually do the do. And in this case, it's all the tools related to being able to attract high quality talent, employ them and lead them and help them grow. And guess what? The best hires that you're going to hire in your business aren't necessarily going to be the best coaches. They're not the most qualified. In fact, they're just most aligned to your values. So if you don't know your values of your business, guess what you need to go do first? Do that. The questions that we spoke about in this video, go through that. And then really think, what is the most professional working environment that you can create in order to attract great talent? Far too often, the reason why you aren't ready to hire right now is you know in your heart of hearts, you are not professional enough. That you aren't willing to step up a whole nother level to the level that you need to go to to be able to be the great leader. Now, if that speaks to you and you're like, well, how do I step up? That's where the Gym Owner Network comes in. We help gym owners turn pro. So if you want to learn to become the best professional you can be, to unlock scale in your business, to unlock the ability to hire and lead and grow a team, and build a business you're truly proud of, then click the link below and apply. Otherwise, we're here to help, and there's a video over here for you to keep learning, keep digesting, and if we can help you become more professional through this content, so that at the time you do come to apply, that you are ready for us to just skyrocket you to the next level, then I look forward to seeing you soon.